It's thinking about it. There it is. There's always a moment where it's just like going and going. I'm like, is it gonna do the thing?
Gotta love that lag.
Well, hello. I don't know how many people are going to be able to join because I know it is quite a bit later in other parts of the world. But welcome to some chill reading sprints here on this Wednesday night. Why don't we go around the room and introduce ourselves and what we're reading? Nat, you can start.
Okay. Hi, I'm Nat from nerdynatreads. I am going to be reading an arc of Dowry of... Nope, that's not it. An arc of Dreadful Splendor, that's what it's called, by B.R. Myers. I'm also reading a Dowry of Blood, but that's an audiobook and not an arc.
Gotcha.
So I'll probably bounce between those.
Nice. Sounds good.
My name is Paige, and I literally don't have any idea what I'm going to read. I have 2 books I have to read for a vlog. One of them I don't want to read, which is Dracula. I do not want to read Dracula at all.
That's fair.
But I also really want to read Ravensong again. To be
do it.
I just
is Paige just gonna read TJ Klune all night?
I need to feel the angstiness of Mark and Gordo.
I was gonna say that's a good one for angst.
I need it so bad.
Catherine, what are you reading?
I'm reading. Okay, so I'm a little ambitious this month. And trying to get through a lot of my physical TBR. And I'm reading first this arc of Aphrodite and the Duke, which comes out at the end of the month. And it's a very good historical romance. And so far I'm 100 pages in, and it's a great time. Yeah.
Nice. What's the trope of it?
Second chance romance. They were best friends, and everyone thought that they would get together, that they would get married, and then he the night after her debut ends up marrying someone else. Scandal, I know. But but then his wife dies 5 years later. She's now, Aphrodite is now returning back to London society. And everyone just expects them to get back together. And she's like, I don't know if I could ever forgive you. So there's that. I feel like there's going to be some really good groveling.
I was just thinking that. I was like, that seems like it would have a great grovel scene.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm wanting second chance romance too. So I need it. Immediately.
Yeah.
The moment it's out.
Yes. It comes out the 23rd. So soon. Yeah, there's a lot of really good historical romances on the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's bounce over to, there's a couple people here in the comments. Hello. Welcome. Love the enthusiasm. Hey. And we got Marley here.
Hey, Marley.
It's also been forever, Marley. I feel like this is a
reunion.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Cute.
Adorable.
Love it. And hoping to finish my arc for Iron Curtain, a debut sci-fi novel that came out last month. Honestly, that's a mood. I have so many arcs that I don't read until they're actually out. It's a problem.
I stopped applying for anything on NetGalley because I just wasn't reading them in time.
I hit the point where I was like, I have to stop requesting if my score is under 80. That's my rule for myself now. My score is an 80. I'm not allowed to request anything because then it's I have too many then. I have to focus on actually reading some. And so far it's been doing pretty well. So far, I requested 5 the other day, and I was like, this is gonna drop me down for a bit.
I finally got up to, I was at 76, and then I just requested 2 that I'm hoping for. But I also just got like auto approved for Avon, which is just gonna be
amazing.
Dude, that's the dream, honestly.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, I have to resist the urge to be like, yes, give me all of them, because I'm not gonna read all of them.
Yeah. Do you get like any physical arcs through your job at the bookstore?
Yeah, that's what like this is through the bookstore. And so that's the other problem is I get all these arcs through the bookstore and I then don't have time to read them.
Problem.
And then I just buy a bunch of books and that
would be the biggest struggle.
Honestly, yeah, like I knew so many people who used to work at Barnes and Noble in high school, and I'm like, thank God I never did that, because like my bookshelves would just be drowning still.
Yeah. When I was looking for a new job.
Oh yeah, my TBR is just atrocious.
Yeah. Dude. When I was looking for a new job there, the bookstore by me was hiring, and I was like, oh, I can't do it. Everyone kept sending me the links, like, they're hiring. And I was like, I will not have money. You can't send me there. Stop it.
It's one of those where it's like, I might get a paycheck, but guess what? It's going right back to the company.
That's fully mine. It's a good thing this is like my second job, because all my money just goes right back into the store and into gas money. So, you know.
That's fair.
You're happy.
Yeah. Yes. That's the important part.
Serotonin when you walk out with a new book. Like, come on.
Oh, absolutely. I at the end of the day, I'm like, okay, I'm checking out these books for myself. And I like walk out after closing. I'm like, I'm so stupid. What am I doing?
Hey, it's like just instant hit of serotonin when you got some new books.
Worth it. It really is. And I get a discount.
Who needs money?
Discounts are so nice.
That's the
money in California.
Part.
No one.
Yeah. No, don't need it. Starting Daughter of the Moon Goddess. That's your guys' next book for. I need to read that one.
I do too.
Mine, like I have the request for it from my library, and I've had it on there for a hot sec now, and it was due back like July 29th, and I still have not gotten an email about it coming in. I'm like getting a little salty. It's just like, come on, man, how far can you like overhold a book? It's so rude.
Yeah. Oh, that is rude.
I know, right? Yeah.
Is it like a physical library book?
Yeah, because I got the audiobook, but since it's a fantasy, I don't know if I want to start with it on audio. Usually I'll like try physically reading it first, and then once I get like settled into the world, I can do audio. So I haven't started it yet. Now I'm just like, well, apparently that's just going to get pushed further and further down the priority list.
Yeah. Feel that. And a really great string of queer holiday rom-com approvals, where I read them in a day or two of approvals, and then so many approvals came in. I feel like that's a problem with library books, though, is I'll be waiting for books to come in, and then I'll have nothing, and then suddenly they'll all come in at the same time.
Yep. I've had that happen. My e-library, for some reason, they have a limit of 5 books on the e-library that my library has. Yeah, I don't know why, because like physically we can check out as many books as we want, but the e-library you can only have 5 books, and it's so frustrating where I'll have like 3 holds, and the holds count as like part of my books. It's so annoying.
That's not fair.
The holds. Wait, the holds count as part of your books?
Yeah, it's so weird. Okay, sorry, I have a dog and a cat right next to each other. You're trying to get at each other. But yeah, the holds count as part of it. It's like, that's not fair.
No. Dang, your library needs to figure some things out.
I know, right? It's rude.
Yeah. Oh, wait, what?
See, I thought that was so weird. That's like, okay, at least I'm not alone, but in my misery. But like, that's not normal. That shouldn't be normal.
I feel like I'm bragging now, and I'm like, yeah, my e-library is like, yeah, you can have like 14 holds and 10 books all at the same time.
Oh, I wish.
I also have like 5 different library cards of various towns. So
I just got a library card just so I could use Hoopla and get free audiobooks.
yeah. It's a great thing.
It's so great.
Especially with like especially with historical romances though. I feel like there's never a wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. I'm feeling called out right now here. Talking about getting access to too many books in Frollo.
Oh my god.
Just say that those are all you read. You already read them. They're just waiting for you.
Yeah, totally. I've totally read all this double stack.
It's just waiting to get shelved.
You read the titles.
Absolutely.
I read the synopsis, so
I read the synopsis. I don't even do that sometimes.
I just listen to a friend talk about it and then I'm like, add to cart. Don't care.
I see like one quote on TikTok and I'm like, great, I'm gonna buy it.
Just the cover. Oh yeah.
It's one of those where it's like, damn, I am so easily influenced because I feel that too, man.
Yeah. I am the target audience for sure.
Everything.
Oh, wait, okay. We have can have 12 ebooks and 24 holds. Nat, you gotta move.
Apparently, like Jesus. Oh my gosh.
Dang. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just part of being in the book community, I feel.
We're influencers and we are influenced.
Easily.
Honestly.
We're all very in the book community. When it comes to buying them, at least.
Buying and reading, 2 different hobbies.
It's true. Very true.
I'm a book collector, a book connoisseur. That's what I say. Anyway, we should probably read. How long would y'all like to read for? We could do like a short one to start, like a 30-minute. We could do like a 45. I'm not a big fan of hour-long sprints, but
I'd say 30. Let's start with 30.
Yeah. Start with a cute little 30. Okay, so yeah, we'll go until 15.
Oh, bam.
I can do math. Yeah,
it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. All right, so we will be back in 30 minutes.
All right.
Yeah. Trying to be gentle with my
wake up call.
wake-up call. Yeah, sure. We'll call it that. Nothing worse than being startled out of it. Hey, welcome back. How'd it go?
It went.
What did you end up choosing?
Well, I read the first chapter of Dracula and then doped right out of that. And then I started The Push, and which is
Okay.
stressful already. Like, I'm already anxious, so.
What is The Push about?
I have no idea, but it
cool.
seems to be about, like, motherhood.
Isn't that the one where it's like the lady has a kid, but she like doesn't really like her kid or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like that's
having
one
one kid, she's
common like
not connected to
thriller.
it, but then she has another one and she does feel connection to it. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be creepy kids, and I'm not ready.
I don't like creepy kids.
I know. How's yours?
Mine's really good. It's like when I watched Bridgerton, what I thought the books then would be like.
I love that comparison.
You know?
See, I'm not sold on this book. I need it immediately.
It's very good so far. I read a solid like 40 pages. Yeah. It's a fast read, and I like the parents in it too. The parents give very like Mr. and Mrs. Bennet vibes. So, yeah. How's your book, Nat?
It's okay. I got like, I don't know, maybe 8% read. It's like, you know, the weird NetGalley percentage thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a romance element to it, but it's like I'm not sure who her romance is supposed to be with, because it's like the whole premise is the main character is like a fake spiritualist, and she gets hired to go work or to like do a seance for this guy whose wife died. And initially I was like, oh, okay, so she's gonna have a romance with like the husband. And then now she's like met the wife's childhood best friend who also lives there, and I'm like, is it gonna be this guy then? Because like both of them are kind of rude to her, and she's like been snappy back. So I'm like, got an enemy slivers thing going with both. I don't know I don't know who I should be rooting for yet.
I thought for a second you were gonna say the wife's ghost.
Yep. I'm gonna be into that.
I was like, ooh, that sounds fun.
That would be interesting. That's a fun twist that I would not expect.
Right?
Yeah. Oh. Okay, we're gonna rewrite this book.
Suggestion: make it the wife's ghost instead.
Yeah, definitely.
That's funny.
Yeah, so it's okay. I'm like I'm not far enough in yet where I'm like sucked in, but I'm like intrigued.
That's good.
Yeah. So like
Are you like right at the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm 20% in now, but it feels like nothing's really happened all that much. It's like we've gotten a little bit about her backstory, and then she's gotten hired to work for this rich dude to do the seance and all. And he's like called her out where he's like, yeah, I know this isn't real. You're not actually going to do a seance. Instead, I want you to do a fake seance and help me catch the guy I think murdered my wife. And she's like, sure, just don't turn me into the cops. That's all I care about.
Right on.
Yeah, it's funky. It's like historical fiction with a mystery and then a romance element, and then it's like kind of paranormally. It's got a lot going on.
That sounds like a lot.
Sounds like it.
A lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, for sure. I'll look at some of these comments. Just trying to see where we left off. Lots of talk of being easily influenced. Here we go. I think this is where we left off. Yeah. easily being influenced. Tell me to read a monster romance, immediately add to cart, as you should. I'm thinking of starting like a monster romance book club.
That would be
Honestly, you should. That's like a genre I never thought would be as big as it is, but
I never thought I would like it, and then suddenly I was obsessed. So
fair.
yeah. It's a wild time, the monster romance genre, for sure.
I have a friend who reads a lot of like KU books, and she came up to me one time. What's that like milking one, like the Minotaur one?
Morning Glory Milking Farm.
I read this book, and she was so ashamed of herself, but she was like, "But I liked it."
I love that.
That was like, because I mean, I started with Ice Planet Barbarians, which like isn't really a monster romance, but like it is basically. It's like monster romance light.
Yes.
Where they're still very human. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I like this, and then got into like, you know, the gargoyles. Still not a huge fan of anything with tentacles. So
yeah, that's one of the like fiction tags I always skip. I try.
Yeah, you gotta like draw the line somewhere, and I think mine is tentacles.
Oh my god. Like I love that so much. When I found out like fairy romance was like becoming the new popular thing, I told my brother about it, and he was just like fairies, and I was like, yeah. And then whenever like this kind of stuff got more popular, I was telling him about it, and he just, I don't understand women. Like that was his response.
And I mean, I guess it did start with fairy romances. Yeah. If we want to take it all the way back, like, I mean, like Prince,
even like vampire werewolf stuff. I mean, it could be like even before that.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. How, like, you know, minotaurs are not that far off from werewolves. So.
Yeah. No, it's not that far off.
Yeah. I think the difference is the like shifter element, where it's like they are human most of the time.
Yeah.
Versus
that saves it.
Monster. Yeah.
When they're in monster form, when things go on,
it's a little more.
You have to really dedicate yourself to that. You have to like put your brain in that.
Yeah. Oh. I think that's why like the tentacles like kind of
exactly
can't do the tentacle. Oh my god. So I was reading a horror book that I actually DNF'd today, but the whole thing was like the kid or the main character has been like best friends with this like werewolf-esque thing since he was 6, and now he's 16, and there's this weird scene where like he takes on some of the werewolf's energy and he gets a boner because of it, and the werewolf like kind of gives him it's like not a handy, but it's kind of like that. And I was just like, how did we get here? This is a horror book. Yeah, again, they've known each other since he was like 6, and this werewolf the entire time he's known it has been like an adult. And then I like kept reading. For some reason I didn't stop there. I kept reading, and then eventually you find out the werewolf is actually a hot chick, and as soon as she turns into a woman, the dude just drops trow and they start going at it. And I was like, okay, I mean, I can read a lot of that kind of stuff, but like, you've lost me. It's a horror book. That was not expected.
Yeah, definitely lost the original plot there. Oh, wow.
2 is a big
yeah. Because I love a good age gap romance as long as
when they're adults.
It's still legal.
Legal. Like legality is a big requirement there for me.
And not just like barely legal, but like actually
fully like grown, developed brain
adult. Yeah, exactly.
25 and up.
Yeah, like 25 and 40, sure, why not? Let's do it.
Yeah.
19 and like 30? Mm-mm.
Jail.
Jail. That's like, okay, that's why I was so questioning like if I was gonna like Wolfsong, because I knew it was an age gap, and I was like, this starts and Joe's like 10. How am I gonna be okay with this? But like nothing happens until he's like 20, and I was like, oh, okay, it's fine. Like whatever. This was handled tastefully.
I thought so too. It was very stressful. Like they have that like one kiss when Joe's 17, and you're like,
oh god, no, that entire scene where Ox is suddenly like, oh my god, Joe is hot, and he like walks into a wall, and all of Joe's brothers are just like, what the fuck is happening right now?
My
Like,
favorite.
are you checking out my little brother, dude? It's so
Yeah,
good.
that's the one part where you're like, TJ, Clune, just up that age just a little bit, please.
A little bit.
Just a tiny bit. Just a little bit further, and we're good.
Like, we could have just walked right to
Separated them
18.
for 3 years. Makes up for it. Like, oh, 17? No, they're separated for 3 years. Goodbye.
It's good.
I mean, what better way to cock block?
Exactly.
Honestly.
I love that book so much. I
still need to read it.
Dude,
You do.
it's so good.
I haven't read any TJ Clune.
What?
I know.
You just made Paige's brain explode.
I know. I like. Okay, wait. I even like have one somewhere. Maybe. I
Not
actually
accept
don't know.
this.
I actually don't know if I do. But yeah, I haven't yet. I'll get there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
After I finish.
You would like Under the Whispering Door. I feel like that's the
that
the
one
book
is
I
the
go
one
for
that.
now.
Yeah, that one definitely has intrigued me.
I've read so many of his books that I feel like I know people based on the TJ Clune I'd recommend to them now.
Ooh,
I love that.
They're like, okay, I'll give you this one.
I like that. You should make a video just like, if you like this, read this TJ Clune.
I've literally been trying to make a video like that, but most of them are TJ Clune books. I'm like, what the hell?
amazing.
I have to read other books.
I mean, he has to be like your most read author.
Yeah, I think so.
How many books does he have?
Like 27.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a fair amount. It's just like most of them were indie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some authors they just
won't complete.
Mm.
Like his first series. Oof. It was rough.
It's where it's like, there's fanfic, and then this is like a step above.
Yeah, exactly. It was rough.
I mean, at least now you've seen he's grown.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
There you go.
When you read a lot of like one author, I feel like you can really catch on to that. Was me with Lee Bardugo, where it was like I read Ninth House first, and then I read like the Grishaverse, and I was like, I can appreciate how far her writing has come. Like, give me a way new appreciation for Ninth House.
Yeah, if I had started with Ninth House, I probably would have been like, oh. But yeah, definitely reading the first Grisha, like the trilogy, and like being like, okay, this was written in 2010, and you start reading, you're like, oh yes, this was written in 2010.
100. That's exactly what I did.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, I could tell when this was written.
Yeah, like between the tropes and like just the type of like magic and all that, you're like,
Yeah.
Still love it though.
I do too. I like appreciate the trilogy. I don't like the trilogy very much, but I appreciate it to give me Six of Crows.
I can
Fair
see
enough.
what it did for people, but Lee Bardugo and I don't get along. We just don't work together.
It's fine.
Okay, it doesn't hurt that bad.
It's
I know.
okay.
I'm sorry. I know.
Matt hates Six of Crows and Cricket Kingdom. You
I
have
don't hate it. I never read Cricket Kingdom, so like I can't say I hated that one.
I just can't believe you don't like Six of Crows, but it's fine. It's my entire personality, but it's okay.
I didn't like it. It's just it wasn't my thing. Like I think it was just expectations were really like really ruined it for me.
Yeah.
I mean, like Nina Matthias I loved, and I think that's why I loved Wolf and the Woodsman so much, because I was like, this is Nina Matthias, like just one book focused on them.
So good. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
So good. Like, yeah, exactly. And I'm reading An Enchantment of Ravens right now also. I started that one today. And that's, I was like, this kind of gives me like similar feels to The Wolf and the Woodsman. Just like very fast tracked.
Yeah. I'll have to check that one out.
I haven't read that one. I read her other book, Sorcery of Thorns. I always want to say Thrones. Thorns.
Oh, is that the same author?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I liked Sorcery of Thorns.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I did not realize that was the same author. Good to know. There's more comments. Hold on. I got lost. Where were we? Okay. Apparently Catherine has absolutely been reading this very no-nonsense space-based sci-fi for a few days, and suddenly I get on the sprint and get a very spicy MM scene I was not expecting. Please drop the title, because that sounds fun.
Love the
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Just 3 chapters left. Love that. Just joined. I'll be reading Fame, Fate, and First Kiss by Casey West. Oh, I feel like I read something else by Casey West, but I cannot for the life of me remember. Maybe. No. You know when everything just start, like, you see an author's name around and you're like, have I actually read that book, or am I gaslighting myself?
I've just heard about it so much. It's like I've basically read it now.
Yeah. Oh, Daughter of the Moon Goddess is very lyrical and pretty.
Uh-oh.
So
I struggle with lyrical and pretty books.
So I'll like it.
I finished We Free the Stars today, and I was just like, do I know what happened? I don't know. What I do?
That's how I feel about that one too, is I vibes only, honestly.
Yeah, like that's fair. I mean, I can admit that like vibes of that series on point.
Yeah. I just can't like grasp anything. I feel like my brain just like, nah. Description, Mm-hmm. I don't know if I have ADHD or something, but if there's too many descriptions, I'm like, huh? Okay, I'm gonna look at something else.
Oh, I fully skim. Fully.
Yeah. If I wasn't listening to the audiobook, I would skip to the dialogue only.
Yeah. That audiobook is hard because you do have to actually pay attention. Otherwise, suddenly it's been like 3 chapters and you're
like, character, why are they dead?
Why are they dead? They'll like mention something and it'll be like, I'm sorry, who? What?
Yep.
Or the worst is when there's characters with similar-ish names.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if you're reading it, you can tell the difference because of spelling. But listening to it, they have such similar names that...
Yeah, it just blends right together.
Yeah. That one's hard. Oh, I think this is about me starting a monster romance book club. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens.
See,
that would mean I know. It would mean I'd actually have to like stick to like a schedule of some sort, and plan things out, which I'm not good at. So, maybe we'll see. Sticking with mostly mammalian monsters. Yeah. Again.
So tentacles. No Dragon Bride?
Well, but dragons.
It's the only one I can think of that was like reptilian that I knew of.
Yeah, but he's like kind of dragon-esque in that one. Like, here, let me just pull it off the top of my stack here.
Oh my god, that was so sweet.
It's almost like that was
ready.
planned or something. But like he's like kind of.
I love that cover.
It's so good.
So good.
It really makes you like you just glance and you're like, oh yeah, wait, what?
What am I looking at? I love because the historical romances have started to stop doing these types of covers. They're like, oh, people like those like kind of discreet, like cartoony covers, and so they've started doing that. And monster romances are like, all right, let's do it. We're gonna do the glitch covers.
I mean, they know what they're about, and I respect that.
Yeah, they're like, you know, we aren't cowards.
Oh, speaking of romances having like the same covers recently, I ordered these 2 books and I was like, these look like they could be in a series. Like these are the same.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Everything is the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's like I love the cartoony cover style that's popular right now with romances. Like I think they're really cute, but yeah, there are definitely some of them where I'm like, that's the exact same thing. Like that blends together. You can't tell the difference.
No.
But well, like the Bet on It one, at first, I'm not gonna lie, when I like passingly looked at it, I thought it was gonna be like another one by Talia Hibbert because it looks very similar to like the Brown Sisters trilogy. So but, yeah, like because it's just the style is super popular right now that like they start to blend together.
Yeah, and there's that one artist that's been doing a lot of the Lonnie Kaufman, I think is her name, who's been doing a lot of the romance covers. I think she did the Delilah Green one. She might have done the other one, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like they are starting to blend together, but same with like the classic clinch covers too. Like sometimes you'll look at them, you'll be like, oh, this is the same. My favorite is when it's the same model because of course I'm surrounded by these every day and I'm like unpacking them from boxes. It's the same model, but they've photoshopped the dress to be a different color.
Oh my god, I love that.
Man,
that would be like I would never like once I would see that I would never be able to unsee it, and I would just like recurringly like pick out that chick anytime I'd see like the cover.
There really is. There's
in the making.
Yeah, there's this one where it's clearly even the same photo shoot, same dress, but like 2 different authors. I think they're self-published, so it like uses they just use whatever stock image they could. Yeah. But it's pretty funny.
Yeah, that's fair. If it's like an indie author, like I get it.
Yeah.
You're shelling out a ton of money for a cover.
For sure. And there's limited resources, especially since it was like they're both FF, so it's like there's limited resources of 2 women on the covers as well.
Yeah. True.
Good morning. It's crazy early, but I am awake, so I must read. Good morning, Kay. Welcome. You're waking up. We're at nighttime. Going to bed. Eventually. We'll see.
Time zones, man.
Time zones are weird. Trying to figure out time zones when people do things is rough. And then some people do daylight savings, some people don't.
Yeah, Arizona doesn't. So when people do like what's time zone they're in, I always have to Google like what time zone is Arizona in, because they'll switch back and forth between like Mountain Time and Pacific Time to keep the same hour.
Weird. I didn't know that. That's wild.
Yeah, so like sometimes California and us will be on the same hour, and then other times in the year will be different. But yeah, it's so confusing.
And that's why time is fake.
So fake.
Time's a social construct.
So when I'm late to work, it
doesn't matter because time is relative.
Yeah. Morning. Hello. Oh no, I did not like Six of Crows from You Shadow and Bone were amazing, but after them starting Six of Crows, I struggled through the whole series. was a no. Okay, what?
Break.
Damn. See, okay, like, I mean, I can understand why people like it.
The characters are just so good. I love them.
I'm sorry, and I think you both are gonna get mad, but I don't understand the thing with Kaz. I don't get it.
I'm obsessed
I'm
with that.
sorry.
It's fine.
That bad.
Sorry, gotta kick Nat out of this live. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
I love those books for the characters. 100% plot. Who needs a plot, really?
No plot.
And the thing with Kaz is Kaz Brecker didn't need a reason. That's all you gotta know about it.
He's just so precious, but not. I love him.
But not. He's like
Cinnamon roll.
he's
murder.
like a feral cat that you find on the side of the road, and you're like, I must protect you.
Yeah.
He's like, I will stab you, but it's fine.
And then stab. Like, it's okay. You're so cute.
It's okay.
Put your face.
That description was so good, though. Like, that was so accurate.
That's Kaz Brecker. Cat Brecker.
Cat Brecker? I'm sorry. I love it.
So there you go. That's why I love Kaz Brecker. Moving on. Okay, so this is my friend Jenna. I was bullying her about a haircut that she got recently. All out of love, though. But we all have bad haircuts, especially when it comes to bangs, Jenna.
Oof. True.
Yeah.
Everybody messes up their bangs once. At least
once. At least once. But yours it'll grow out. Fine. Just keeping you humble. That's what I'm here for. Anyway, just hanging out while cooking dinner. Love it.
What you making?
Yeah, what are you making? Is it dinner time? It's past dinner time for me. It's fine. In UK, what are you doing awake?
That's a valid question. Not even fine. Are you a morning person?
Yeah. Listen, I will be still awake at 4:30 a.m.
I don't know.
Much more often.
Morning people. I try my best. I have my lights like automatically turn on, and I like cover over my head. Nope, can't do it.
That's a mood. I will say, because my dog sleeps with me in my room already, but like since getting Sam, he wakes me up at like 7 a.m. for breakfast. Like every day without fail. It's either I get like a bite on the cheek or like a smack to the face, like one or the other. That's how he wakes me up. And then once he gets up, he wakes up my dog. So then my dog starts like pacing around my room, and it's like I can't go back to sleep now. And both of y'all are so freaking loud.
No. You are a parent.
Yeah, basically. This is
A mother.
I'm a mother.
Here you go. Daylight savings is beyond yeah, I hate it.
I've
Why do
never
we
had
do
to
it?
deal with it, except for one time I traveled, and it was so confusing. I had no idea what was happening.
Oh,
That really
daylight
is so
savings like while traveling, so you're already dealing with time zones there, and then it changes on you.
Yeah, and we might have been very, very not sober during that switch and waiting for pizza to show up, and we were so confused how our pizza took. It said 1 hour, and then all of a sudden it was 3 hours. It didn't make any sense.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we were like, why did I?
I can imagine it's 1:30. Your pizza will show up at 3 a.m.
Yes, we were like, what? You said it was 1 hour on the phone.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Yeah. No, daylight savings And daylight saving, we'll start a petition.
When you lose that hour, like, I don't know how you guys survived that. I would sob.
Well, so it's great when you gain an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But losing that hour, that's unfair. It's not okay.
It's true.
Awful. I mean, the only reason I even remember it's daylight savings is just my phone automatically changes for me. So
Same.
I don't even have to think about it. I'll forget, and then I'll get into my car where the clock doesn't change automatically, and then I'll be very confused.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I've only read the Six of Crows duology out of the Grishaverse. I mean, okay, here's the thing about the Grishaverse. You can totally just read the Six of Crows duology. However, when you read the trilogy, there's a lot of things in the duology that make a lot more sense.
Way more sense. Way more sense.
Yeah,
so
the world building is definitely a lot. It makes a lot more sense than the original.
Yeah. Like, I read the duology before I read the trilogy as well. And I loved it so much. And then I read the trilogy and I was like, oh,
yeah,
I just kind of accepted some things.
Yeah.
It's like, I just don't ask questions. It'll go fine.
That's what I do with fantasy books.
It's like when you're absent from school for a few days and you come back in the middle of a lesson and you're just like, this is how it is. Yeah. You just keep going. Yeah. Then you read the my life now. Like, oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. Or like when you're like gone from work for a couple days, you're gone for like the weekend or whatever, and you come back and suddenly things have changed, things have moved. I've had that at the bookstore where suddenly bookshelves will be in different places. Like, and I'll just be like, okay, just gonna roll with it. Red. Yeah. Fair enough. Don't understand the thing with Kaz.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. Read Shadow and Bone first, so I was disappointed when I got to Six of Crows. Oh, that is hard. Still being in the same world and not seeing the characters anymore. Then I was more sad with the final duology, King of Scars. I have a lot of feelings about King of Scars that I could go on for days talking about. So you get me started on the Grishaverse, and that is all we end up talking about.
I didn't mind King of Scars, but Rule of Wolves, I have some issues.
Okay, so here's the thing with King of Scars. So you have the 3 perspectives for King of Scars, right? There's the Nikolai. This might be spoilers for people. I don't know. Whatever. There's the Nikolai Zoya, and then there's the Nina. And I feel like the Nina part should have just been a whole separate story, its own book, or novella or something. And then the Nikolai Zoya just being their own thing. And then with Rule of Wolves, they like added in random ones in the second half, and I'm like, but why? This could have been an info dump. We didn't need to actually see it happen. Yeah, here you go. As a woman who befriends feral cats, this makes perfect sense. It's just who he is.
Cat
I do look like Coconut Head now. Like I said, things happen.
They grow back. They grow back. They'll be in your eyeballs before you know it.
You'll be fine. Kay is always awake. Yeah. Oh, still awake. Napped earlier, so awake. That makes sense, actually. That sounds like something I would do. It's 8:45 p.m. I'm making breakfast for dinner. Ooh, for me and my girlfriend. So I'm just cooking vegan French toast.
Nice.
That sounds amazing. Don't get her started on the Grishaverse. Too late. It's already happened. I have read the first 2 of Shadow and Bone because I want context for the duology. I've heard it's worth it. Yeah. I think so.
I'm so curious, like, if I had read Six of Crows first, if I would have felt the same way. Because, like, I didn't hate Shadow and Bone, but, like, god dang, I hated being in Alina's perspective so much. Like, I don't remember, Catherine, if it was you or Katie, but on one of the live shows for that read-alongs, one of y'all said, like, those books would be so much better if they were in an outside perspective. And I was like, 100% yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. The limited first person of Alina, the most clueless human, sweet Alina Starkov, who has no idea what's going on ever, is awful. And I think people would not hate Mal as much if it wasn't just in Alina's perspective.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's my theory.
Justice for Mal. I love him.
Justice for Mal. Anyway, I read Six of Crows first and thought it was okay, and then after I read Shadow and Bone, it made sense and I really liked it. Yeah, that's there. It explains so much about the world if you read. Also, I feel like if you had read Shadow and Bone back in 2010, maybe you would like it more.
That's definitely probably true.
Yeah.
Something I wish, like with ACOTAR and stuff, that I had read it when everyone else was falling in love with it, because I love like being surrounded by so much excitement for series.
That one too, yeah. That's, I don't know, I haven't felt truly alive since Six of Crows. No, like that like hype during like beginning of 2021, right before the Shadow and Bone series came out, was like,
that was the best.
That was like truly, as a community, everyone had come together to read those books.
Absolutely. Oh, so good. Maybe I'll just reread Six of Crows.
How many wait, the real question. How many rewatches are you up to on the TV show for Shadow and Bone?
Well, okay, so because when it first came out, I watched it 4 times within the first week of it being out.
Love it.
I watched it twice within 24 hours of it being out.
I love it.
And then so I watched it like 4 times, and then I would watch like an episode a night type deal. I wouldn't just binge it all the way through. And then I had to go back to work because I was still when I was on furlough. So now I think I've only watched it like maybe 10 times, like all the way through.
Maybe 10 times.
Maybe
10 times.
Yeah, you know, it's fine. What are we reading tonight? For the newcomers here, I am reading Aphrodite and the Duke by J.J. McAvoy. This comes out on August 23rd, and so far it's very good.
I am reading A Dreadful Splendor by B.R. Myers. If you give me 1 second, I can tell you when it comes out. August 22nd. And it is a historical fiction mystery with a romance and possibly paranormal elements.
Paranormal elements. I love that.
Paranormal elements.
I am kind of reading The Push by Ashley Audrian, but I might switch over to werewolf romance.
Dude. I mean, it's also my favorite book, so of course I'm going to be like, you should read that one.
That's like the #1 book I regret not giving 5 stars. Like, you know, when you think back and you're like, that was a 5-star read. Why was I dumb back then?
I think I gave like all of them 5 stars except for Heart Song. I think I give that one 4 stars.
Yeah, I liked Heart Song though, but I think I still only gave it 4 stars. I just like that it was so like thriller-esque at the beginning.
I did not like Robbie until that book. Up until
Exactly.
that, he was so fucking annoying. And then like in that book, he finally grew on me, and I was like, okay, I get it now.
Yeah.
And then like get the nice ace representation with Kelly, that was great. But I mean,
We're just like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
I mean, like, but like enemies to lovers with second chance romance and Raven Song, it's hard to beat.
So good. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna read that one next. Screw the push. I don't need it. Actually, I was enjoying it, so I'll definitely read it tomorrow at work. But
for the blog, Justice for Mal, always. This is a Mal Stan account.
yeah.
I love that this has just become me talking about the Grisha.
When is it not though?
It always just circles back
to the Grishaverse with you.
It always does. It's either monster romances or the Grishaverse. Those are my two personality traits now. Majority of people who read Six of Crows, I'm gonna try and power through this, and we'll start reading at like o'clock and do another sprint. Read Six of Crows are first or diehard crow and will not be moved. I do not think it makes a difference to like if you read crows first. I have no idea.
I don't know. There's like a lot of confusion when you read the Six of Crows duology that once you get past that and you're like, oh, I like these characters, I feel like you get really invested in them.
Yeah, that's true. The first like
go
few
back.
chapters, it's like, what's happening here?
Yeah, if you're someone who can just kind of accept the vibes, then I think it's fine. But if you need plot explanation, then good luck.
It's one of those where it's like, just don't ask questions. It'll be fine.
Exactly. Just accept it. This is how it is. It is how it is.
Yeah. It's fair. K, once I found my baby Jesper wouldn't show up in Shadow and Bone, I was absolutely uninterested. But because the crows are in the show, I watched it. Okay, but here's the thing with the Shadow and Bone books is Nikolai's in there.
I will say he was the only reason I made it so far through the second book, was he was interesting. Like, so like, that's true.
You gotta read it for Nikolai, like, honestly. And I have many a theory about Nikolai and his past, and me and Katie have written fan fiction about him, so
I love it.
May involve Nikolai and the Darkling. It's fine.
Yeah, that's how Catherine and I have become so close. It's just our mutual obsession with Ben Barnes.
He was at Disneyland the other day.
I saw that. I was gutted for you.
My heart was broken because I did not see him, and my friends met him, and
oh my god,
I was heartbroken when I saw that for you. I was like, that is the worst feeling ever.
Literally, I like glanced down at my phone, and all I see is like all these messages, and like the first one at the top was, Ben Barnes is here, and I'm just like, I gotta go right now. It's fine. You gotta catch up if you want to match Sarah's number for Heartstopper. She's at like 20. I don't think I can.
That's impressive.
Wow. Right? I don't know how. It's Emerging Patter. People say, OMG, I love the crows. Read that first. Wish I could go back and read the crows first to see. Yeah, I'm at maybe. It's definitely, I feel like the books themselves are better crafted than the Grishaverse trilogy.
That's true. Like I said, in terms of reading her stuff from like her earliest to like her latest, you can definitely see how her writing gets better. Like her characterization in the Six of Crows is 10 times better than Shadow and Bone.
Absolutely.
Like 100%. And then like her plotting is a lot better in Ninth House.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. I'm excited for the next Ninth House book.
Yeah, it's like Hellbent.
Hellbent. That cover is horrifying.
It's creepy as hell.
Disgusting. But I love it. About to start Counterfeit by Kristen Chen, but no idea what it's about. Not even the genre. I love that.
Love when that happens.
Wow.
Only vibes. Oh, we got a lover of the push.
That makes me excited. But this is one I don't know the genre. Or
and you're not even gonna continue reading it tonight, so you know.
Tomorrow. That's tomorrow at work.
Future thing.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize I read it out of order. A friend loaned me the duology, and I had somehow never heard of it before that point. Yeah, I think people didn't really realize what.
I joined BookTube and was like, read Six of Crows. And I was like, okay, I will.
Not wrong. Not wrong.
Yeah. I think we need a Le Bardugo Grisha book club and Discord. Catherine, yes. Like, we had one. I mean, for the read along, it's no longer active. My favorite part in there was when at one point I'd like finished my reread of one of the books, and I was like, it's 1 a.m. I'm gonna post my thoughts later, and then fully just was like, nah, actually I'm gonna post it all right now. I think it's still up. It's just not active or anything.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I'll make a whole new. I don't know how Discord works, guys. I'll
add a subgroup to my Discord.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There we go. Fandom for Grishaverse in mind.
I love that. Or I'll make it part of my monster romance.
Yes.
There you go.
There we go.
Just write Le Bardugo a strongly worded letter and say, hey, I need you to put a monster romance in your next book in the Grishaverse.
Technically, honestly, have you read King of Scars? You've read King of Scars and Rollables. I mean, technically,
I do know. I'm picking up what you were putting down.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah, I mean, technically it is. It does. It definitely suits your vibe now.
Thank you. Brand is strong. This is the brand here. Nikolai, 10 out of 10. Welcome. It's okay. We've just done one sprint, and then we just started talking about monsters and the Grishaverse.
For a while. We have a lot to say.
While.
As is the norm.
Like, Feral Kaz.
Feral Kaz.
Cat Brecker.
Cat Brecker didn't need a reason.
Like, that's just how he's gonna be in my head now, is Cat Brecker.
Just
like a cat with a knife.
Picture like the mangiest cat just in an alleyway. Like, specifically like dressed like the hit musical Cats by Andrew Lloyd Webber, holding like a cane.
I love it.
It's like the perfect description for him.
It really is. Grisha Discord. Who knows? Maybe I'll revive it. We'll see. We'll see what happens. When season 2 is gonna come out eventually.
Yeah, you need to get on that Discord and then reread. Gotta reread?
Reread? Question mark? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what the other Grisha gals are doing, but maybe. I haven't read anything Grishaverse. I've been meaning to read the Grisha trilogy, but it hasn't happened. You should do that.
Irving, do I have to add this to your list of books you have to read by the end of the year?
Yeah.
He already has to read Wolf Song, and then I'm trying to make him read The Final Empire.
There you go. Add the Grishaverse to it.
Add the Grishaverse. Well, Six of Crows.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. We can skip the Grishaverse. I'll give you a summary of the Grishaverse.
Can't miss out. But what about Nikolai?
You can come back for Nikolai later.
I guess. Reread everything. But there's so many new books to read. This is the struggle. Yeah. It's a real fear there. Okay.
Wolf Song.
I know. I feel bad that I haven't read Wolf Song. We'll get there. I mean, now that I know it's werewolves,
It's a werewolf.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's so
It's
maybe
so
I'll
good.
add it to my monster romance book club that I haven't
Heck yeah.
actually started.
Do it.
Do it.
Great.
It's book number 2.
Book number 2. All right, let's read books.
Good idea.
That's what we're here for. How long do you want to go for? 30? Do we want another 30? Do we want to do a 45? In the comments, y'all can vote too.
What time is it there, Nat?
11:05.
Oh,
It's okay. I don't have to go into work until a little bit later tomorrow, so no sweat.
Very nice.
okay. Maybe we should do like a 45 then. Would that be chill with
That
y'all?
sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
TJ cleans are long, so that helps.
Okay, cool. So we'll go until 51. I'm just gonna say 50.
That's easy.
was trying to decide if whispering would be gentle or just kind of creepy.
It works.
Terrifying.
Cool.
It was startling, but less so than like the beep beep that some people
Oh my
have.
gosh. Yeah. I can't do the alarms. Cool. How'd everyone's reading go?
It's so good. So good.
What? I'm so surprised.
I know. I love TJ Klune's writing. It's just so angsty from the start. Both books. It's like.
Well, to be fair, just look at whose perspective you're reading from.
Literally the angstiest angst.
Gordo's like, oh, you want some trauma? Let me give you some trauma on my trauma on my trauma.
All the man pain.
Literally,
Ooh.
he's the worst. But I love him.
I love
to say in a good way or in a bad way.
a good way.
A good way. Like, I equate Gordo to like Diego in Umbrella Academy, where it's like they're such an exterior asshole, but then it's like, oh my god, they're such a sweet softie, whatever. Like you finally get into the middle.
Good. Sounds like a Ronin from Raven Boys. Have y'all read Raven Cycle?
No.
I have not now. It's been on my list for forever.
Yeah. That's another one that's a good time. Don't listen to the audiobook though. It's like this old man reading the audiobook for and most of it is like in a perspective of like a teenage girl, and I'm like, who decided this?
Bad choices. Yeah, audio narrators can ruin a book.
That's true. Like,
oh yeah.
Chloe Brown, it's like this older British woman, and I've been reading majority of it like physically, and then I picked up the audiobook for like, well, taking a walk or something, and I was like, oh no, can't do this.
Yeah, you get to like the spicy scenes in that, and you're just like, it's like my grandma's reading it to me.
Yes. Exactly.
Oh no. Oh no, I just thought of that. Like with some of those.
No, thank you.
Dang. Yeah, I had picked up the audiobook for Six of Crows for a little bit, and that one also has some not great narrators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked the ones for Kaz and Inej, but Jesper's narrator killed me.
Yeah.
I hated those chapters.
Yeah.
So much.
That was weird. Yeah.
Catherine, how did your
Audiobooks.
reading go?
Good. I'm really liking it. I expected, well, okay, so I'm like halfway through at this point, and it's going a little bit differently than I expected it, but it's not that, like, not in a bad way.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. It's still very good.
Well, at least it's so good.
Yeah. I am at that point though where I'm like, what can happen from here? Like there's still like 50% more.
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I need to know your thoughts once you've finished. So I need to know to add it to my wish list or not.
I will for sure put up a little review when I finish it. How is yours, Nat?
Good. There was like a scene that leaned more into that is something paranormal going on. Like the main character is a spiritualist, but like she doesn't actually believe in ghosts, but there's this weird thing that happens and she's all like, logical explanation. Somebody broke into my room, and I'm like, or is it a ghost?
Is it the wife that she's gonna have an affair with?
Yeah, is it the wife? No, I don't think it's the wife, but I do think that the guy who hired her, whose wife died, I think he's gonna be the one that like they have the romance with. because they've have a lot of banter back and forth where like he'll say something snide and she'll basically be like, must be nice being rich, I can't relate, and he's all like, yeah. So I just like their banter back and forth, like I don't know, it's starting to give me that, okay, this has got some enemies to lovers feels going on now. And now like they're still doing that, but like there's being more moments where like she catches him staring at her or something, or like she changes her outfit for tea one night and he's like, you look very nice, and then like awkwardly walks away. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
What time period is this set in?
I'm not really sure. Like what, so there's alternating chapters with the wife's who died, like letters from when she was a kid to like right before she died, and she's only supposed to have died like a year previously or something, and her letters have been dated from like mid 1800s to like now we're hitting late 1800s, so I guess like 1870s is, I'm gonna estimate around there.
Okay.
And like countryside of England.
Sounds like a good time. Yeah.
Every time you talk about it, though, I just keep picturing like a contemporary, like
yeah,
kick just off this random street that you're like, oh, let's go get our palms read. That's what I keep picturing.
Yeah, I can see that. I will say like because it's kind of got like a similar, not quite, but like a similar feel that A Botanist's Guide to Parties and Poisons, which I read earlier this year. And my complaint with that one was like, it didn't feel like it was really set in the historical period it was supposed to be. Whereas I will say, I do think the author's done a better job with this one, like reminding you with little things. Like at one point she was talking about like somebody had bloodletting going on. So I was like, okay, that's like another thing to remind you, hey, this is not contemporary.
I hate when those parts in books come up where they talk about like bloodletting and all the like gross things that they used to do, and you're just like, please don't explain it any further.
Like historical medicine.
Yeah, horrifying. Horrifying.
So bad. Or they're like, here, let me just give you opium.
Yup.
You're just like, no.
Full on leeches on your body.
Yeah.
Coming out with all
you know what will solve this? Straight up morphine.
Yep. I mean, hey, I'm sure it'd make you feel great for a little bit.
For sure.
Horrifying. The tools that I used. No, thank you. No, thank you.
No. Historicals. Oh, Mare stopped by. I think she's gone now.
Oh.
Goodbye, Mare. Hello, goodbye. Yeah, just do a little hello, welcome to Reading Sprints.
Tap on your microphone.
I don't even know where the microphone is.
I don't either.
That would be scarier. Like, just
that would be.
Do like a little, like, I don't know, like a. Oh no, can you hear that? Sure. I started only when it's us by. Oh, that's the one of those Bergman brother.
I want to read those so bad. Like everything I've heard about them is positive, and they sound really fun.
Yeah, I always see them at the store, and I'm always like, I'm gonna read those, and then I have a million other books that I need to read. But yeah, I've heard really good things. Yeah, and Christine really likes them. Came in pretty late in the sprint and read 20 pages of A Magic Steeped in Poison. By the way, I'm dropping in from the book.
Books and Bobs.
Books and Bobs. I don't know why my brain could not read that. I was reading it as book snobs, and I I got a little confused. Yeah, Books and Mops Discord. Fun. Welcome. Hello. Glad you could join us. Have you guys read A Magic Steeped in Poison?
Mm-mm.
That has a very pretty cover that I feel like is similar to Daughter of the Moon God. Like it has the very like whooshy vibes.
How'd that go again?
Whooshy vibes.
In the dream.
There's another one The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea, that one, and Daughter of the Moon Goddess. I continuously mix up the covers because they look really similar, but like they're like if I take more than 5 seconds to look at them, I'm like, clearly they're not the same book at all.
Yeah, it's just they have like similar color palette and they have the like, you know, vibes to it. Yeah, no, I think it's the same artist. The cover artist. I think. I could be wrong. And there was like also like a special edition of another book that had similar vibes to it. It was like a fairy loot or something, and I got confused for a while. There was like 3 books, and I was like, ooh. Don't know the difference. Whenever I remember TJ Klune, I will always remember all the pains.
The amount of therapy I need from these books.
That's not wrong. Like, oh my god, I cried so much reading Wolf Song the first time. And
so
Brother Song.
Much.
Oh my god, Brother Song. I think I like topped double digits the number of times I cried in that book.
Yeah.
I don't know if I am emotionally strong enough to read these.
Dude, like they're so
Those
good
books
though.
are brutal.
Yeah, Brother Song and Wolf Song, I feel like especially like just take your heart and like crush it.
Yeah. And then turn right back around and like have
everything though.
But it's worth it. It's like satisfying pain.
Yeah, like the endings are always like positive.
That's good. Okay.
Like you still get a happily ever after.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though sometimes it looks like you won't.
I have trust issues with anything that isn't like, this is a romance book. Because anytime I pick up a book that isn't like, this is a romance book, it always has like at least a somewhat sad ending. Mm-hmm. And I'm not.
Something I love about TJ Klune books where he says that like he is not here to have tragic gay stories, or like he's going.
It's like I'm a complete on that. It's like
we will give you trauma, but they will have a happily ever after.
It's like the trauma isn't revolving around the gay relationship. It's just everything else in the book. It's
yeah.
Like, is that?
But there will be a happily ever after.
But they will be happy in the end. Okay. Yeah. Well, at least there's that. Hello. Welcome. I am British and have a huge dislike of British narrators, like movies where British actors have ridiculous American accents. It's too cringe.
That's fair.
Yeah. I love when like British people, English people are like, I can do an American accent, and then they just go like full Southern.
Oh, always. That's like
always
the go-to constantly.
Or they just say everything with an R, a very hard R, and you're like, that's not how we sound. Or it's Valley Girl.
Yeah. It's like one of 3 stereotypes. It's like either New England, South, or California.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Southern Belle or Kardashians.
Nowhere else in America.
Not wrong though.
It's either like full Gone with the Wind or Cher from Clueless.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great comparison.
I can't do any accents though. I do not have the capability.
Same.
I pretend I can do accents.
My brother is great at accents. Like he's a DM and he'll like actually assign different voices for all the characters he'll do that his people will meet. And like now he's trying to get into like the voice acting sphere, and I'm like, dude, you need to look into audiobooks. Like you could kill it some of those.
For sure. That's I would love to do audiobook narration, but I can't do accents to save the life of me. Like so
I or mine will be like I can change my voice, but I will never keep it consistent. Like I'll put like one character will be up here, and then the next time it'll be up here, and then the next time it's gonna be just like right here. Like it'll never be the same.
Yeah, absolutely. There's some audiobook narrators that are just incredible. Like anything Mary Jane Wells narrates, she does a lot of the historicals. And she played Hiccup's mother in How to Train Your Dragon. Yeah,
that's awesome. I did not know that. That's great. Good for her.
Yeah, she's an audiobook narrator. But yeah, anytime like it opens up and I'm like, oh, it's Mary Jane Wells. Let's go. This is gonna be a good one.
That's me with Rebecca Soler. If a book's with her, I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah.
I feel like the ones I've read the most, Julie Whelan. She did like Malibu Rising, Invisible Life.
She just came out with her own book.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had another book before it, but she just came out with another one that's about audiobook narrators.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel like she's just like the standard of all the books I listen to. She's like the narrator for all of them.
Yeah, she did an event at our store with Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Oh, cool.
For the launch of her book, which was really cool. But yeah, her book, it's a romance about two audiobook narrators.
That sounds so cute.
Narrating a romance audiobook.
Wait, that's so fun. I love that. I didn't know that.
It's super cool.
Find that. That sounds adorable.
I think she narrates the audiobook for it too. At least she should. Yeah. Have my reading went good. I'm switching between two books, Husband Material, the sequel to Boyfriend Material. And so far so good. I'm a bit scared I won't like it as much as the first one. Yeah. That one just came out too.
I haven't read Boyfriend Material.
I need to read didn't love Boyfriend Material, but I think it was the audiobook narrator for that one.
That's fair. That's the one that it gets equated to Red, White, and Royal Blue a lot.
They're nothing alike.
Yeah, like that's what I've always thought, but like people always put them on the same level, and I'm like, it doesn't seem like they're that similar, but okay.
They are nothing. The only thing is that it's gay, and that's
English. That's it right there.
Yeah,
they're gay.
Yeah.
The book is gay. Everyone will recommend it.
The book is gay. It's the same. Yeah, that's literally the only thing that's the same. The characters kind of, it's a little Grumpy Sunshine type deal, but yeah, that's like it. But I think because it came out right after Red, White, and Royal Blue, everyone's like, they're the same.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And also Daughter of the Moon Goddess, parts of the audiobook confuse me a bit, but I think once I can get my hand on a physical copy, I'll be good, and I'm enjoying it too.
See, this is what I was saying. We need a physical copy for fantasies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you listen to it so slow and then slowly up the speed.
Oh my god, yeah. That's like I was listening to a book today, but I couldn't like stream it through my car because I was in my dad's car, so I couldn't stream it through. So I just like played it on my phone and like put it in the cup holder. And because of the echoing sounds, I was like, oh, we gotta slow this down. And then once I like stopped and could actually hear it, I was like, God, this is so slow. And then I was like 1.75, and I was like, oh my god, it's half speed.
What do y'all listen to your audiobooks on?
Between 1.8 and like 2.6.
My god.
Wow. I'm usually 2.5 if the narrator doesn't have an accent. If they do have an accent, I have to put it down to 2 until I get used to it.
Wow. My top speed is 2. I don't think
Michelle at Michelle's Library can do like 3.3 or something like that. And I'm like, how?
No. I can only do 3 when I've already read the book. And it's
I only got to 2.5 while doing a reread, and that's like a really recent development for me. So like, yeah, I don't know how she reads that fast. Like, that's impeccable.
I drove my coworkers to lunch, and my audiobook like went through the speakers, and they asked if it was in a different language.
Oh yeah, that's happened to me with my brother. Where like he'll get in the car and it'll start, and he's just like, "How do you enjoy this? You can't understand a single word they say."
It's even like on one-time speed, it sounds like they're talking in slow motion, though.
Yes. Oh my god, yes.
Or watching people YouTube videos on one-time speed.
Yeah,
that's true. That's so true. There are certain people where like if I like watch their videos consistently like 1.5 or 1.75, and then if I like watch a Instagram reel or like this, like if I watch their live sprints and they're talking at normal speed, I'm like, oh, their voice sounds so weird.
I watch everybody's videos at 2 times speed, and it's so wild to hear everyone's real voices sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That's so funny. Got whooshy vibes. The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea. Yeah. That's the magic steeped in.
Yeah,
poison.
That one. Yeah. The sequel's cover is really pretty too.
It's so colorful because that's the like orangey pinky one, if I remember right. Have in my list Wolf Song and Into This River I Drown because of how sad I've heard they are.
Into the River is rough. I don't recommend that one.
That's the one that I'm like, I don't know if I can ever read that one. It sounds really hard to get through.
It's sad and it's just dark.
Boyfriend from Material has all the manic energy of Bridget Jones, and that's why I love it. See, I'm not a big fan of Bridget Jones. I don't know.
I don't even think I've ever seen the movie.
I haven't either, but I love that description though.
Yeah, it is very accurate for sure.
All right, telling me I need to read this book now.
It's good. I really like Alexis Hall. They recently wrote a Lady for a Duke, which is
on my TV. Yes, yeah. I keep hearing
that one.
I want to read it so bad.
Good. Oh my gosh.
This is on my reading schedule for next week.
Yeah, like Chandler Ainsley gave it like 4 stars, and I was like, holy shit, if like she gives something 4 stars, that means it's good.
I know.
Yeah. I admit I'm an easy to please reader, but like there's definitely certain books that I'm like, this was amazing. And there's like certain just lines that I would read and I would just be like, oh my gosh, like just hit you in the feel. It's so good. I'm very excited for you.
Love that. I might actually have to pick up a historical fiction romance now.
Do it. I mean, you're kind of reading one right now.
Yeah, I guess kind of. That's true. It's just like it's not.
You don't know if it's a romance. Okay.
So we'll see. I don't know.
The max I can listen to is 1.5. No more because it all goes out the window. Yeah.
It's a process. You got to work up.
Mm-hmm. You gotta. Yeah. It's like what's the frog in the boiling water thing? What? You know.
No.
I don't.
You know, okay, so like there's the thing where you can put, this is really morbid actually. I don't know if I want to explain it.
It is. That was so morbid.
So, like, if you were to, like, if you have, like, a pot of boiling water and you were to put a frog in it, it would just jump out, right? But if you were to put a frog in a pot of cold water and then slowly turned up the temperature, it wouldn't notice that the water is rising. The water temperature is rising.
Yeah.
Thus is the way with audio.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll
With
just
audiobooks.
leave. It's fine.
Wait, your
The fact that your brain went there.
amazing.
Frogs.
Oh my god.
Anyway, moving on. We're just gonna ignore that. Lady for Duke, favorite Alexis Hall. Yeah,
I'm so excited.
it's so good. Haven't read a historical fiction in a decade, but I'm still excited for it. It's so good. But also you should read historical romances.
There is it Cat Sebastian that does the
Yeah.
historical romance? I have some of theirs on my TBR also where I've been like, this isn't my usual wheelhouse, but I'm intrigued. So like
I've read 2 of them so far, and I really like
I haven't read any of Cat Sebastian's. I know they have a couple different ones, but the really popular ones are like the Queer Principles of Kit Webb.
yeah.
And then there's the Something Crimes of Someone.
Yeah, apparently I just need to jump in and I'll figure something out with
I read
historical romance.
Hedwig Brothers or something.
Yeah, there's a couple different ones because I think they have ones where they're self-published and then ones that are traditionally published too. So, yeah, good times. The way I thought I was busy tonight, so I didn't do these sprints, but then my plans were canceled on nighttime run instead. How gross. Anyway, hi, I miss you all. Pretty faces. Nice to see you. Yeah, dang. You could have joined us next time.
Also a nighttime run. Good for you, girl. I couldn't.
Yeah, could not be me.
No.
Mm-mm.
No matter what time of day. No.
Any time of day run. Absolutely not.
Yep. I was thinking about it because I take my dog on a walk in the mornings and I was like, maybe I'll start like trying to transition into running. And then I was like, no, I won't. That's a lie. I don't know why I'm saying that to myself.
Walking is totally sufficient. It gets the job done.
That's the one thing in romance books. All of the main female characters are runners, and it's just like, girl, why? Why are you doing this?
Wait, in the Sugar and Spice live show for book lovers, Sarah was like, why does this woman mention her Peloton so often? And it was so funny. She was like, she take a shot every time she mentions her Peloton. I mean, that's her real relationship. And it was like, oh my god. Like Sarah's comments about that had me howling laughing.
I mean,
honestly though, that sounds like a woman working in the publishing industry in her like there, you know.
See, I would just say it sounds like somebody who has a Peloton.
Yeah. Well, I just pictured Sandra Bullock's character in The Proposal during that entire book.
That's not wrong, actually.
Right?
I never put that together. Holy crap, you're not wrong. That's like a perfect description.
100%. That it's same character.
That is. Oh my god. Wow, you just totally like rearranged my perspective on that book.
You're welcome. Tonight we got Kat Brecker and Sandra Bullock in The Proposal.
Love it.
And boiled frogs.
And boiled frogs.
I'm sorry. I don't know why that was the first thing that came to my mind. We're moving on. I was mid-run and had an out-of-body experience. Myself running, and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
That's so good.
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Honestly, claps to you.
I mean, good job,
Did you
though.
just get back, Em? It's 10:00 at night. I guess you're further north, though. You know what freaks me out? sunsets at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
I thought you were just going to say like sunsets in general. I was like, interesting. But yeah, no, at 10 p.m. that is fair. Yeah.
That's so interesting.
I was seeing people talking about going to Iceland and seeing like midnight suns. Not related to Twilight. But
Oh my god. Or wait, what was that romance book that was set in Alaska? That wasn't The Proposal.
Oh, that makes more sense, Em.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called. It's like the Wild series or something like that.
The Simple Wild.
Simple Wild was. I think there was a comment somewhere in there about like how it was like light all day or something like that. I don't remember. I just remember it was set in.
That is
Alaska.
well. Also in The Proposal, when they're going to bed and they have to have the blackout curtains.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I just gonna rewatch The Proposal tonight? Maybe.
I wouldn't blame you. I kind of want to watch it now too.
Yeah. We're gonna end this live and just go watch The Proposal, everyone. Okay, yeah. This makes more sense.
Way more sense.
Because bears.
That's fair, honestly. Like, yeah. My boyfriend lives out in the middle of the country, and sometimes if he goes on runs, well, he's only done it a few times, but when he goes on runs, I'm always like, you might want to watch out for coyotes. Like,
yeah,
don't do that. That's concerning.
Yeah, I see me city girl. I'm like, you're gonna get mugged. Like,
Yeah,
that's how I feel too. Like, oh, that's fair.
Yeah. No. Sunset here in winter is 3 p.m.
That's so early.
3:30 to 4 p.m. Yeah, I think the earliest it sets here is like 5.
Yeah, I'd say like 6:30.
When I was in college in Ohio, we would definitely have days where it would set around like 4 o'clock, but that was like like dead winter.
That's like solstice time.
Yeah. But also, like, it was just raining constantly there anyway. Just didn't see the sun all that much.
Gross. And that's why I'm in California. The Proposal is a top tier movie. Now I want to rewatch. Absolutely. Yeah, bears versus being mugged. Being mugged by bears.
It's all about your perspective of where you live.
For sure. Oh, wild. The world is a crazy place.
True.
For sure. Were we wanting to do one more sprint, or it's also very late at this point? So
my laptop will not survive for another sprint.
Okay.
After midnight. So I'm gonna say no, but y'all feel free.
Yeah. No, I do have work in the morning, so I should probably like go to bed at some point.
Yeah.
But this has been a lot of fun.
It has been.
Yes.
And we should absolutely do this again sometime. It's been so long.
I agree.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone's starting to like come back to book 2. I mean, Nat, you've always been consistent, but I feel like everyone has started to feel a little bit better.
Consistency? What is that?
Oh, Nat's got it. Not
I'm a control freak. That's why.
Good for you.
But I always see you posting, and I'm like, I can do that. I can get back to it. Just got to be like that. And then every time you send me like how you plan things, I'm like, oh, thank you. This is like,
yeah, okay. I read a book the other day that I like is for a video in February, and I was like, holy shit, who am I? And then okay, so it's the 11th. I have read technically 6 books as of today. I can't talk about 4 of them in my wrap up because they're all for like planned videos. And it's like, oh, well, like that's why my wrap ups are getting shorter and shorter. But I have like all of these planned vlogs.
That's how my plans are starting to be. Like I'm realizing that I'm mostly just reading for videos. And I'm like, what am I gonna wrap up?
Yeah, it's like I guess maybe I should do recent reads. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I've been doing recent reads, but that's just because I've been being like, okay, I'm gonna do my whatever wrap up, and then it gets to be 3 months later, and I still haven't filmed it. So
anytime you do your recent reads, though, I'm always like, oh, it's gonna be like 30 books. She cranks through. Let's go.
Well, but it's like 30 books over 3 months, kind of sometimes.
Yeah, but it's still 30 books.
It's still 30 books.
It is. But yeah, no, I read. I don't set a schedule. I read based on vibes only.
That's fair.
Which is why I don't post videos ever anymore. You know.
Hey, you got a busy life. You got 2 jobs also.
I do. Yeah, it's gross. Don't recommend.
Fair.
Yeah.
Having a job has helped so much with being consistent. Where it's just like I can leave work and then not think about anything, and then I can listen to books while I'm working so that it helps me get through them.
I would love to be able to listen to books while I'm working.
Yeah, I have some days I can do that, but not often.
I'm literally just checking scans and uploading them. I just check that everything's there and then upload. That's all I do all day long. It's so easy.
Yeah, I no wonder you crank through audiobooks.
Yeah.
I crank through audiobooks because of my commute, but
oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's like on the weekends I usually can get like about 3 to 4 hours listened to because my boyfriend lives like 30 minutes away, and then like 2.5 times speed going to and coming back. So I always get through like half an audiobook at least on like Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, this is gonna make you guys cringe. So like my drive to the bookstore is about 40 minutes, which isn't bad for LA. But then my drive back will range from anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half.
No, thank you.
Because we close at 6 p.m.
Oh,
and
so
that's
it's like prime time.
Peak rush hours. So that was today. It was like, am I even going to make it back in time for my own sprints? Because...
Oh, that sucks. That's awful.
Yeah, there were so many accidents on the freeway. I love LA, but I hate LA. It's awful.
That was the most high-stress driving environment I have ever in my life gone through.
Oh, for
like
sure.
I feel like I'm not a scared driver. Like I don't mind driving, but you go to California and I'm like freaking out the entire time.
That's fair.
That's the freeways I learned to drive on.
Dallas is kind of like that too, honestly. Like I've heard many people who've like moved here and they're like, why is everyone so aggressive? And I'm like, that's just how you gotta drive here, man. Like,
yeah,
you do it or you stay in the right hand lane.
Yeah,
Arizona drivers are bad, but I'm like, oh, you go to California and that's nightmarish over there.
Ohio drivers are bad. No offense to anybody who's in here who's from Ohio. I'm sorry, but it's true. I lived there for 4 years. The freaking highway next to my school was like 40. 40 was the speed limit. And it's like, no wonder you guys can't freaking drive. You're going 40 on a highway. Like,
no. God. Minimum 70.
Yeah, right? Minimum 70.
Yeah. Well, yeah, when you can, when there's not too much traffic.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to do that in LA.
I don't know. There's the problem. Hauling ass in that California.
Well, that's the thing. Everyone's trying to drive 70, but there's too many dang cars.
That's fair.
Yeah, but also worst driving is New Jersey.
Or New York. I can believe that.
Yeah.
I've never like actually had to drive in New York City, but anytime I'm a passenger, I do want to just like throw myself out and just be like, nope, done.
Yeah, that's so fair.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Anyway. Now that we talked about ending and then we talked about freeways.
We really ran the gambit of conversations.
What's next? The weather? How about that heat wave, everyone? Anyway, we're gonna start saying goodbye because we do need to all get some sleep. Long, lazy, sunny days every day. Spent 3 years in Ohio and hated the lack of sun. Moved as far south as I could. There you go. Thank you for joining us. I will now only be called Grisha Mama.
I love it.
I want everyone to refer to me as that. Thank you very much. I had lots of fun. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Road
Houston
rage.
is an hour away from Houston. That's how bad the traffic is there.
I can only imagine. And everyone has Trex, right? That's Texas.
Yep. That's pretty accurate, honestly.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining me on these. I'm hoping to do more consistent sprints, so hopefully you two will be able to join me a couple more times, and we can get some reading done.
Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I feel like those would be good days.
Okay, yeah, I like Wednesdays. Tend to be pretty good for me. Yeah, normally will probably be late nights because that's when I get off of work, but yeah.
Fair. Hey, this is the time that works for me, honestly, because this is when I get most of my reading done.
Perfect. I love it. Okay, cool. So definitely for anyone still here, subscribe to Nat and Paige. Their info should be like my pointing is just
It was so good.
Info should be down below.
I can't even do it the right way.
It's so bad.
That's what's weird.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, we're out of here. Goodbye.